His father was as honest as him, yet honesty is like cold leftovers, appealing but ultimately futile. Tonight he finally sees it's not just ornamental, it can smash things too. If integrity gets power cheaply, justice will shine, otherwise it's worthless. Like their dad, upright yet intolerant of the mayor and boss conniving against farmers, it's a tragicomedy. First stepped done in bed, then again. Eventually, the upright father ditched his good man role to become a detective for evidence. Pursuing justice, he left his wife, sparking a family financial crisis like a family economic crisis expert. They hustled to snatch business, and lucky for them, the sheriff swooped in like a superhero to save the day. Just before leaving, Manoj asked the sheriff, "So how do I get to be a sheriff again? How to become a sheriff?" Well, even a fraud can become one. Little did he know that his casual advice would leave Manoj pondering for a lifetime. The next year, the sheriff got reassigned and cheating returned to school. But not Manoj. He stayed true to his principles and aimed for a diploma based on actual brain. On graduation day, Grandma called him over, likely to reminisce on past hardships with tears. She handed over a time-worn pension to Manoj for exam fees, like tossing a gold brick. Holding that heavy fondness in his hands, Manoj was overcome with tears as he joyfully embraced Grandma. During his 3-year bachelor's study, Mom sold all valuables, but Grandma never touched her pension. Now she casually spends pension on her grandson's civil service exam, the very definition of extravagant living. Manoj knew he couldn't repay it. Donning the uniform was the only dignified way. But he underestimated life's mischievousness. When the bus eased into Gujral City, he jolted awake from a dream, only to find his prize bag was gone. He went from being happy with a fortune to penniless. Every turn back filled him with despair. At night, he whispered outside the church, "Tomorrow will be better." But prayer brings no divine guarantee, nor stops life from tinting his face with depression. As if it couldn't get worse, the next day, at the consulting place, he learned the state government had gone bankrupt. Poof. The civil service exam just flew out the window. The news hit like thunder, meaning he lost not only his ticket home, but his path, erased completely. After days of hunger, his body beat his pride, forcing him to seek the god of snacks. Finally, he received a warm welcome, scarfing down food like he was in a speed-eating contest. A rich kid noticed and was somehow impressed. After realizing Manoj's ambitions and misfortunes, the rich kid generously paid for his meal and invited him to join the not-yet-cancelled civil service exam. See how noble. He said if you pass the Indian police exam, even the mayor will show you respect. See, this unexpected chance gave Manoj a new beacon to follow. After some hustle, they finally reached the capital, New Delhi. The dreamer's playground. See, it was like a whimsy amusement park for aspiring candidates. Their silhouettes danced in the night while candidates paraded their aspirations on the streets. It made Manoj wonder how the heck could he stand out among hundreds of thousands of tests. So the only shortcut was to seek advice from veterans, and via contact, they found expert Goli. This veteran began explaining the exam tricks: birth, main exam, and interview. Birth stage would select 1,000 from 200,000 test takers, and then cherry-pick 100 for the main exam. Ultimately, only 20 out of 100 interview candidates pass, meaning 20 from 200,000. The admission rate is minuscule, under 0.1, with each Indian having just 4 lifetime chances. If you're a low caste, you get 2 extra tries. That's why Guru Goli stayed upbeat after 5 rejections. On his 6th try, he finally qualified for an interview, believing he'd surely win. He even bought a police uniform early, dreaming of returning home in triumph to reform society. However, Manoj's empty wallet didn't allow him to keep daydreaming for long. He confided in Guru Goli about his invisible heist while job hunting. Upon hearing his friend got a job, rich kid Panty popped the champagne, thrilled for him and loving the rush of spending ill-gotten money. He openly said his dad, a greedy contractor, took bribes and pushed him to be a tax officer. But he never had the guts to tell his dad his real dream was to become a reporter chasing the truth, so he secretly rebelled by potting it up with his dad's dirty money. The next day, the thrilling results announcement finally arrived. Guru Goli eagerly searched for his name. But no matter how hard he looked, he couldn't find it. Hope fizzled away, and tears soon followed. Guru Goli's last chance became a tragic tale. 6 years of failure forced his courage to face reality. After that, he pinned hopes on his juniors, offering them a free learning space. They sat by stalls like dedicated students, enjoying their study while harboring a burning thirst for knowledge. See no complaints about the environment whatsoever. Finally, the first-year results for the national exam rolled in. After a year of toiling hard, poor Manoj was wiped out in the first phase. See, he could barely believe it. The reality of thousands vying for one path means failure is common. The Guru, deeply aware, shook his dazed body and shouted again. From then on, he threw himself into studying harder and working more, even helping Kurugoli with deliveries whenever possible. His busy figure drew sneers from Panda's rich pals. They scorned the poor struggling up from bottom, deeming it wasting state resources. Such high and mighty comments stirred discontent among the brothers, filling their hearts with understanding and empathy for the underprivileged. We may come empty-handed financially, but we're never empty-handed in spirit. In our hearts lies the belief in change. See, that's our true If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.